Hello and welcome to episode 116 of the Trample Back podcast. I'm Gary Black and joining me this week is Chris Conroy.
Where the fuck have you been?
I don't understand. That was different.
And John Walker.
Why have you changed it the wrong way?
116. We change the number every week.
Ah, right, okay.
How are you guys?
Did you do the order different?
Yeah, he said the number before the podcast.
You expect me to remember how I do it? I don't have a method.
I know, that's what they say in it. It says 115 times is not enough to get you used to the way you say
That's
something.
what they say.
Right. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Gary Black. Welcome to Temper Back Podcast, episode number 116. 116.
That was a good impression of me. I'm impressed.
I practice in the dark, because if I turned the light on, I'd be crying.
So yeah, we're recording on our new bit of kit.
You're a show-off rat.
Yeah.
You take a fucking week off, you come back with all the new gear. It tells you, do you know what? We can actually see how long we've recorded.
It's quite daunting. Nice, yeah. So thanks to all the Patreon subscribers, we've been able to afford a new desk, which means we can now do Bluetooth phone calls.
Yep, we'll be getting in touch with people to let them know when their 15 minutes per month is available to record anything that they want and send out to their family. So, but yeah, I can tell the way you're looking at me. Thanks, Patreons. This has made it much easier, especially for John. John has got so many football ideas for the Trample Bet. I've seen some of the back messages he's been signing. I can't believe Pele took the time to MySpace John and said he would be willing to speak to the Trample Bet podcast.
But only if we talk about Viagra. I'm not allowed to mention football at all.
Aye.
Viagra and Gordon Banks save, that's all I have to talk about.
It's fair enough.
So thanks very much for the contributions. We hope it sounds okay. It's definitely much simpler for recording.
Yeah.
It was only 4 hours to get prepped here.
There's less opportunity for me to fuck it all up, which is a good thing.
Okay. Right, who we got? Gary, where were you last week?
I needed a personal day.
Mate, I cannot believe you took your fucking car to Arnold Clark.
Well, yes. And that's the same attitude that every single person I've told this to.
How fucking naive.
When I bought the car,
It's not an old car.
No, it's not. And they said, would you like 2 free services and a free MOT in with that? And I said, oh yeah, that'd be lovely. Thanks very much.
Do you know, for selling that one package to you, that guy's whole family get 2 weeks in Cancun, all expenses paid. There was a competition. They said, nobody will fucking take this. Nobody. Right, we're running a comp. MD sells any of these to any fucking idiots coming through the door. You're going to Cancun for a fortnight. I don't care if you've got a family of 9. Arnold himself said that months before his late demise.
I'm going to break my banhammer from about 10 weeks ago. An unpopular opinion, this. My car has been serviced at Arnold Clark ever since I've driven, and I have never had any issues. Mount Vernon, Arnold Clark, Peugeot Garage. Sorry, Gary. Yvonne is the services woman. I have always been treated well, and I've actually phoned around for different prices, and nobody's actually beaten their price on anything that they've done.
So you are saying Arnie's are very fair when it comes to...
In my experience, but the overwhelming census is that everyone hates them.
Let's hear about Gary's experience.
They serviced my car, and then they put it through its MOT, and they sent me a video saying, hey, your brake discs and your brake pads
See
need
that
replaced.
video that they send? It's like...
Hi, Mr. Black. Just going on your car here, just to tell you, if you see the brake pads here, so they're going to need to
It's like your child being kidnapped. They've sent a video. Going, I recognise that car.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
I've never in my history watched the video.
Ever. So I phoned up, I thought, oh, fuck, okay, fair enough, it needs it. And I was looking, the car's not done enough miles that it's anywhere near the point where they suggest that they would need changed. But I know those things can happen, so who am I to argue? So I phoned them up.
You as a human...
the car's owner!
You as a human being, Gary, are very cautious.
Yes.
And I would suspect it would be overuse of the brakes that could cause that quicker than you would.
Perhaps.
Just be reckless.
Then they phoned me up and they went, oh, there's something we forgot to say in the video. Your back middle seatbelt, the webbing's gone.
Not the fucking webbing.
Yeah. I went, all right, okay, I will. Okay, just let me know how much that's going to be. And they came back, so it needs a new middle rear seatbelt,
yep,
brake discs and brake pads.
Yep.
Do you want to have a guess at a value?
So I would say for the parts you're £220 and for the labour you're £100.
So you're saying £320?
Yeah, and then I would say with a service plan they would have taken something off as well.
Do you think it's about £300?
Yeah, max. Well, it depends. I don't know what a seatbelt costs. Like that.
Well, okay, let me tell you.
That could be way more than I think.
The seatbelt costs £77.
That's surely.
How long would you say it would take to fit that?
An hour and a half, max. Everything.
And what do you think their labour cost is?
It's about £70 an hour.
About £70 an hour. So
Fuck
for an
off,
hour,
£70 an hour.
I think that is.
So £70 for an hour and a half.
Who's doing the labour? The Sultan of Brunei?
No, I think it was the Pope with the work experience there in the clock day I was
Could
there.
that be 135?
£70 an hour?
I think so.
So yes, £200 just for the seatbelt plus the brake pads and the brake discs.
Right.
So do I know how much?
Go for it.
£720.
I mean, I'm also basing that on my Peugeot 107, which I'm now realising is like half the size of your car.
Do you see how this
double everything that I've said?
Do you see how this guy managed to have surf and turf for his breakfast in Cancun?
Yeah,
for 14 mornings. See
what happens as well, Gary. Arnold Clark, I think, would love a guy like you because they're very clever in the way they talk to people. They suggest a lot of work without you realising they're not.
And I don't
know if I've mentioned this, but I sold cars for a year.
Yeah, because I've had them come to me and say that all 4 tyres are at risk, and I've repeated the question, which ones need changed, and they've said just the 2.
I used to watch
just the 2, please.
I was maybe a little bit ethical or moral. I was only selling new cars, a couple of used ones, but to watch the manager of the workshop perform his magic on somebody bringing a used car in for a service was a fucking thing of beauty. Phrases like, well, the brake discs are legal, but it's up to you if you've got kids in the car.
Yeah, but that...
So based on what Arnold Clark charged me, the labour rate is £200 an hour.
Okay.
So, fortunately, I've now received a customer satisfaction survey from Arnold Clark. So I'll be filling that in and I'll let you know how I got on.
I can tell you how you're going to get on, mate.
They're going to say thanks for your feedback.
Gary Black, the only man to pay full price at DFS.
Have you phoned round just out of interest?
No, I queried it when I picked up the car.
Oh, that's a bit fucking dear.
I never
query.
Sorry, all the mechanics and engineers are away home.
To the 9-bedroom new builds.
See, this is the first year you've had a car that's had to be serviced, yeah?
Yeah.
See, this is where you learn. So you get the feedback, you have a quick phone round,
yep.
And then ask for a
But the thing is now they've changed the law, so if your car fails its MOT,
can't get taken away. But you can get it picked up. So
yeah,
it might
true.
have been cheaper to get something to pick it up and take it over. But surely the middle seatbelt isn't legally needed because you get 4-seater cars.
That was the one thing I did say was, can I not just have it removed and then it wouldn't be a legal seat? And they said no.
The webbing.
The webbing.
The webbing's the dearest bit.
It looks like the same fucking belt to me, and it's never been used.
Just a staple holding it together.
The webbing. Who did Arnold Clark himself rise from the grave and bill you per hour?
I think so.
I just want to say that Arnold Clark Peugeot Garage at Mount Florida or Mount Vernon. What one's over Hamilton Roadway?
That's Vernon. Do you know what? I know that.
Never had a problem.
I know that garage.
Yeah.
I know that garage.
It's the 3 in a row. The woman is Yvonne. Gary, see if you're taking a car anywhere, I'm going to phone and go there.
No,
she's lovely.
I'll go to a local place. But that's the last I'll darken Arnold Clark.
See that extra 10 quid petrol, mate? It's saved you like 200 quid. It's a good thing we spent all that Patreon money in this year.
You can actually hear the sound of Gary's ISA emptying.
Oh, it's so sad.
Do I talk about dead people?
So learned about servicing and questions I should ask. I also learned that there's early penalties if you remove money from your ISA. Fuck's sake, Gary. Do you know what this stems from? The fact that you were the first guy in your family to drive.
Yeah.
You didn't have empty there to go, are you fucking stupid? Take it to John at John's Garages.
John?
Not that John.
No, I don't have a garage.
John the mechanic. Mechanical John.
He'll see you right.
I see when we were talking there, I had a quick look on eBay for a seatbelt there. £15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd been a tough day, and it all happened that morning, and I wasn't really in the mood for coming and having some jovial chat with you.
Did they offer you ordering in any non-official parts?
No.
That's something they did. See, this is what I'm talking about. Maybe there's just actually, well, I suppose there's cunts in every walk of life, but they've literally said to me, I can fit, for things like the exhaust, I can fit a Peugeot exhaust, or I can fit one that fits, but it's cheaper.
I think
cheaper one, please.
I think you can build 20 or 30 quid an hour for that. I don't think you can fucking put a master tech on it at how much per hour?
It depends. I mean, it was £350 all in just for the seatbelt labour. So
what is it made of? £20 notes?
Maybe
it takes 35 hours to fit.
Right, okay. So, celebrity death. First up, we've got Gary's Isa.
Doris.
The next thing is going to be his cat. There's going to be a vet bill coming down the line because this
that's
never happens in isolation.
That's been
cool, as long as you're confident.
Sharp.
Just how did you get visions of the cat putting the seatbelt on in the way to the night vet on a Saturday night? God, no, I'm glad I paid that money. He's fucking Lisa Stansfield's safe as house. He's there. Just not. I'm glad you're back, mate. Missed you last week.
Yeah. Thanks very much. So who's dead?
Doris Day is dead.
What crack away?
What here? What a fucking innings. One, I thought she already was dead, right? But 97 is good going. To be an actress that's went through Hollywood during those years,
yeah,
you've done well. Well, I mean, I'm not saying she did avoid a coke addiction problem.
Did she?
I don't know. I'm just like that seemed like it was a common thing for a lot of the actresses.
In the 50s?
Oh yeah, making it through it. Well, she consistently stayed at the top of the game.
Maybe she was dealing.
Until she sung Que Sera Sera, and they went, she can fucking sing.
Was she the original singer of that?
Well, it was the original movie it was in.
Oh, right, okay.
So, does it matter?
I think my favourite Doris Day movie was Calamity Jane.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd agree.
I think that's the best songs.
I don't think I've ever seen a Doris Day movie.
That you didn't like?
That I've at all.
Fucking...
No, I've seen Calamity Jane and I've seen...
You never dog school enough. Yeah. You ever seen the black and white version of Les Mis?
No.
Snooker.
I've never seen
Snooker, the black and white version of Les Mis and Calamity Jane were prime dog in school movies.
Wait, did you dog school and then go back to your home? I suppose parents would be...
They were working. I used to get to the park.
I'd have been too scared. I'd have been like, Mom's going to come home at some point.
Do you know a man called Jamie used to talk about dog in school? And he said that he was so thorough before his mum come back and he had to vacate the house and then come back in as if he'd been at school. He would empty the hot water out of the kettle and put cold water back into the kettle so that she wouldn't come in, fill the kettle and know somebody's been in here.
Wow,
that is thorough.
Something I never did.
What?
Went to school every day.
Every day,
every single day.
5th and 6th year as well.
Aye.
Nah, I don't.
Well, remember though, in 5th and 6th year, I then had quite a lot of time off with diseases and injuries. So, I was barely there.
Oh, you can't dog it in the hospital.
Exactly. If you're in your bed and you cannot physically lift your head off the pillow, you can't dog school.
Do you know what? I still remember a day me and my mate Pat and Nelly, the 3 years, decided to dog it the day we were meant to go to Strathclyde Uni to look at courses.
Aye, that was a fun day.
It was a great day. We just get cans at Central Station. We went into the Clyde and we met two tramps called Genuine George and Genuine Jerry. Alright son, I'm Genuine George, this is Genuine Jerry. Listen, we're very genuine. You'll find out about us boys. Is it okay to take a can? And we just had a day with the tramps by the Clyde, but little did we know that was foreshadowing for the way our working lives were going to turn out. I still think about see Montrose Street, the big hill, the Strathclyde Uni one.
Yeah,
we went in and we had a look like, fuck this, let's go and get cans, and I regret it every single day. Genuine George.
That was your sliding doors moment.
Genuine George, exactly that. Genuine George and Genuine Jerry. Ugh, opportunity missed.
And now it's you sitting by the Clyde waiting for young teenagers to come your way and give you a free can.
I phoned the police on them. Doris Day, 97. What eventually got her? Was it old age?
I think it was her age. But she was an animal rights activist, which I thought was pretty cool, because that would have been pre-Twitter, when you could just throw up
Pre-Twitter.
You could just throw up a petition. You could just throw up a petition and go,
6 years ago.
petition and go, I'm an animal rights activist. Look at me posting about torture of animals. Like, no, you had to do something.
Yeah.
You had to go to places and
That's
actually
true.
raise money.
You couldn't be an animal rights activist at home.
You had to actually go to the place.
Yeah.
Did you see what?
Phone around.
Did you see the fucking news about? See what Cecile, whatever the lion was called. And it never told me how to say its own name.
The Simon and Garfunkel lion.
Did you see how many lions they had to put down? They had to put down 1,800 lions because
1,800?
Because trophy hunting's now just done. Like that in that area, they're just out of control now.
Well, that's what is the human population now?
No, they're killing all the other animals, so they're making other animals extinct. So they're kind of trying to play nature up against each other and go, well, you can't just kill all the animals.
Hang on. So how long ago was Cecile?
3 years.
3 years, and then 3 years worth of lions
Just breeding.
shagging.
Shagging like lions.
And there's other lions who now know that there's no hunting going on at this area, so they can come in and hunt other animals.
Well, are they just sitting about playing cards? Conway ate everything.
No. Some of them know how to use Twitter, so they'll be Twitter laughing at Ricky Gervais, going, "Oh, look what you've done."
Do you know
You're feeding us all.
He was the fucking clown that I was thinking of there.
Ricky Gervais.
Aye, he's just a sanctimonious rat.
So I think.
So what's this?
But I do enjoy his programmes.
So the point of this story is that you can never trust. I always go
Never trust a lion.
But what the conservationists are saying is we now have no more income because what we were using horrible American cunts to fund us being able to actually keep the conservation open.
Yeah.
And now we've got no income because you've basically hunted down one dentist and now nobody wants to come over and pay money. And now we've no income to actually protect other animals.
Hang on, the conservationists are complaining that they're not allowed
There's
to...
too many lions.
No, they're killing it. No, it's all the other animals that are going extinct in the area.
Well, they deserve it. They should fight back.
Lion fight.
I think from what I know of lions is they are the best.
See, they've also got the unfair label of King of the Jungle.
Yeah.
Despite not living in the jungle.
Right. Why are we why don't they just keep doing that with everything and let the numbers get up again? Giraffes, elephants. Do you know, like, kind of...
Well, giraffes actually kill their own. Like, grandparents are very protective of their own honour.
You seen a giraffe fight?
Yeah.
It's fucking mental.
That's what I'm saying. So have you seen the video of the giraffe killing like 3 baby giraffes?
No.
It's the Grampa Giraffe and it doesn't want anyone to take over. He's like the leader of the pack and he realises he's getting old, so he's killing all the babies so there's nobody to take him out. So they're actually going, this is why we kill these cunts when they get too old, because they get very protective.
That's 3 C-bombs we've had off him in 18.28 minutes.
Yeah. I feel like in nature it's just going to be giraffes v lions.
It's inevitable.
Did you buy a ticket?
Aye, probably.
You go and get the ticket and then they gang up on you. Like, let's take these fuckers out first.
I would watch a lion fight a giraffe.
Absolutely none of this sounds like any of the Madagascar movies.
It's like bears don't just eat honey to hang out with pigs.
Fuck up. Right, so they've had to put down 1,800 lions.
Yeah, and other animals as well, because it's all turned into a frenzy. But then there could be just exaggeration because they're now saying we don't get any money, because the other side, the flip coin of this is that it could just be corruption and the people that were getting the money.
Yeah, that seems more likely. Yeah.
Well,
because
I don't know there is.
Because at 3 years old, they're not fully grown lions. Do you know what I mean?
But then maybe the lions are killing other lions as well.
Lion on lion violence.
I know.
We need to stop this.
Lion lives matter.
Lions too.
See, the thing is though, surely as a conservationist and an environmentalist,
It's in the word.
if the lions become successful and start hunting other animals, that's success.
You're the most successful conservationist in that area.
Yeah.
But the mistake we're making is that we seem to think that we should involve ourselves in nature.
John, let's say you're a conservationist on this reserve, right?
Right.
You've been looking after the lions, conservation, the Cecile thing, Cecil. thing happens, right? And you go, oh, fuck it. There's this ring-tailed monkey in South America. The Amazon's getting fucking bulldozed. I'm going to go for that job. See, when you turn up with a PowerPoint presentation about what you did in your last job, say, at this point, Cecil was getting fucking trophy. This is the point. I was there. I was in charge of the project. Now look at his lines fucking everywhere. You can't fucking move.
Lines on top of lines.
You can't fucking move for the pricks. They're everywhere. They're running shops. They're fucking flying planes. They're everywhere.
They're holding rallies. Justice for Cecil.
This is the end. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening. Do you know what I mean? You're the best conservationist.
But imagine
any questions? What happened afterwards? Oh, I sanctioned the murder of 1,800 lions.
Well, that was the end of the project, so we gassed them.
That time was up.
So, Freddie Starr.
I feel like the death of Freddie Starr wiped away a lot of the negative aspects of his life.
I think it's a certain type of person and family that would shout into the kitchen, quick, Freddie Starr's on the telly.
Mm-hmm. It's in that respect, it's funny that Freddie Starr and the Jeremy Kyle show have died in the same week.
Do you know? Aye.
It's very much the same audience, I feel.
Did you find them funny?
No, not at all.
Manic, or
I think even as a child, I just
you knew he was a wrong'un.
Yeah.
How far down the line? Because after Savile died, he was one of the first to get picked up, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what? He just looked like a moody bad egg. You know what? He looks like the type of person that would be shite to the makeup artist, to the person bringing the tea. You know, and then it was just all very, very little talent.
There's a girl in my work, Siobhan, who brought in a picture from a primary 6 visit to the BBC studios in which her friend is on Jeremy Savile's lap on a photo, not on the show.
Right. Jimmy Savile or Jeremy Savile, his brother?
His brother Jeremy.
Jeremy Savile.
Aye, Jimmy wasn't to be seen. And at that point, nobody really knew. But this was outside the studio. They get taken to another premises to meet him. And now that this has all came out, this photo was like eerie to look at. I was like, yeah, but that is disturbing.
When I was in primary school, we were making jokes about Jimmy Savile goes into hospitals and shags dead bodies.
But you were wrong.
That's why That's why you'd never missed a day of school.
It's waiting for my chance.
What's the rumours of the day? The Queen's a lizard. Oh, there's the bell.
I didn't know who this guy was, and I didn't know he died. But I've literally
Freddie Starr. You didn't know who Freddie Starr was?
I've just googled him.
Lucky man.
I've googled him. It just comes up. Jeremy Savile.
Who was the one who was always on Des O'Connor? He'd always appear in Des O'Connor, and Des O'Connor would do the fake laugh, and he was jumping behind the couches, and he was being, "Oh, you're such a card." It
just seemed really unlikable.
Yeah. Manic, do you know, kind of. Do you know? I reckon some of his acting probably be portraying people that were mentally ill now. Like, I can see why he drifted off the telly. I can see why you wouldn't have him.
Yeah.
I know.
Although, did he not go on one of the reality shows?
Nope.
He wasn't in, like, I'm a Celebrity or something?
Freddie Starr died how he lived, like a fucking prick.
The other one we have down is Tim Conway, who's not somebody I know.
Who you didn't think was important enough.
Well, I don't know who he is.
He's, like, this is one of these ones where I have only seen a couple of shows, like the Carol Burnett show, but I know him from all the podcasts I listen to, constantly referencing him as being essentially the non-pioneer of podcasting. Okay. Because he was the one that done the first ever variety show where it's just him and a few of his comedian pals who were doing their own things, and it was constantly just them on TV late night Saturday laughing and joking. There was no massive structure. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like Saturday Night Live where you're writing all day.
There's absolutely no future in just turning up and making stuff up.
Exactly. You need to be prepared. But that was the point, was it was constantly just screwed up by him and the people that were on it and his friends just laughing at stuff that each other had said.
Yeah.
And it was essentially kind of looked as now being a lot of the comedians, the podcasts I listen to, talk about it as being the blueprint. You go, like, it was, you realise it didn't have to be structured or perfect.
Yeah.
You could literally break character and piss yourself laughing at something someone else said.
Aye.
And you didn't need to worry about what you were going to say back. It just whatever you wanted to say
They
would say.
edit it and stick it out.
Aye.
Is he in Jay and Silent Bob? Or is he
No,
just
it was, so I went away and see
Never gave them a part.
Kevin Smith done like a live podcast in Edinburgh.
Oh,
on
did you go
Tuesday.
to that?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was amazing. And
When was it?
Tuesday night.
When does something cultural happen that you don't go to? Are you like, do you like run the skinny?
It's actually just, where can you see John this month?
Aye. It's kind of, I imagine you going, John, can I meet you next Thursday? Going, I'll just open my diary, and then it's just a copy of the list.
Yeah. No, but I thought it was pretty cool because he's like only been over to Edinburgh like 3 times, and it was like 06, 12, and now this. So I was like, right, if he's coming over, I'm going to go see it. And
After the heart attack last year as well.
he's lost some amount of fucking weight, man.
Mm.
He's lost like £100 or something, he said. But they were talking about it, and he was saying,
That's no bad for a gig in Edinburgh.
Aye.
but it was really good.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't fuck me.
It's the last one. That's the last one.
Oh.
But it was a really good setup. But what I noticed was at the very end, I've only listened to this podcast a few times, but they do a section that is very much like our Celebrity Death.
Mm-hmm.
And I've checked, he started this podcast way after we started ours.
Hey, we don't do anything original. We copy it.
No.
We were
We were doing it well first. He
Oh,
was
we were?
He was about 2 years after ours.
I was going to say, where's Freddie Flintoff? It was just take a piss at next idea about the fucking ambassadors.
Oh,
Peter Crouch.
Yeah, Crouchy.
Peter Crouch. How's his podcast doing, and has he fell away? Just no consistency?
Still number 1.
You're joking.
On the sports one, definitely number 1. He never won any awards though, so.
Well,
there you go.
He's probably making cash with it.
He definitely is making cash.
Well, we've got this new equipment. They're all fucked now, John.
Yep.
Right, but we were talking. Are you anything else to say about Tim Conway? It was Kevin Smith saying it, because I'm desperate to talk about Jeremy Kyle.
No, Gary was just asking if he was in James. I was just saying no. He was a big influence on the type of stuff they wanted.
But he never gave him any money. Never gave him a part.
He didn't need to. I think the guy was well done because he was kind of well set up within the comedian world. Yeah.
Couple. The other comedy story this week was the small gig in Leeds that had been asked to accommodate Louis C.K. get cancelled 2 nights.
Oh, did it get cancelled?
Aye, they pulled it. Just there was too many people giving them hassle.
It was quite a small gig though, wasn't it? It was only a couple of 100 seats.
What it really needed was more comedians playing on the word intimate.
What it really needed was folk to realise that this is what's dangerous about the Jeremy Kyle story.
Right, okay.
Is people don't deserve... See if there is 1,000 people that would want to buy a Louis C.K. ticket. Let them. It's not your... If you're not going to go see Louis C.K...
Is that your argument for free speech?
No, just the simple solution is if I don't like an act or something he's done, I just don't go see him.
Yeah.
That's my... I don't need to give somebody grief for booking it. There's a demand for him. He's been selling out gigs in America again.
Yeah. Do you know what? See if you put out 500 tickets, 2 nights, people would buy them.
Yeah, I just don't get what the...
Right, should the promoter have left it running?
Yes, what a fucking shite bag, honestly.
It's not even the point. I would have thought, yeah, okay, you can say, well, I won't appear on the same night. But I think people were saying I will not even ever appear at the same venue, ever, if you put this gig on.
Well, I wonder how successful those comedians really were, if they were ever going to gig there. If they're either too successful to gig there, or would they been successful enough to not? I don't know. Yeah. I remove myself from it because I think it's so boring that comedians who should be free to say what they want.
Do you know what? There's enough beasts in the circuit that people don't say, do you know what, I'm not gigging with that beast, or I'm no, you know, there's enough people like that on the circuit that, do you know what I mean? You could write them off now, but people still turn up and gig with them. So because you're really, really ultra successful, you'll campaign to get that gig shut down.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I'm really pissed off.
It was getting to a point you couldn't fucking do a gig in Scotland without gigging with a beast.
Sadly, not even that much of a stretch.
I mean, I think we talked about it briefly, but like, now that all the details of this came out, it's a low level type of horrible thing to do.
Yeah,
What, the Louis CK stuff?
Being given permission by a girl who then said she felt uncomfortable and didn't know to say no, and then he masturbated in front, didn't touch anyone. It's like the weirdest type of like his joke. I think one of his jokes in the stand up was about it going like, I like to masturbate but I don't like to be alone.
That's like the old joke, isn't it?
Like, it's not nice. Like, for the young girls who were objecting to it, it's not nice, but it's not the worst type of, like...
Is it a letter to Viz or something? I read it recently. It's going... No, it was I'd seen an old joke that had been retouched for Facebook as if it was a Facebook message to Dear Deirdre. Was it in the Sun?
I don't know.
It Dear Deirdre? Was she the agony aunt in the Sun?
Yeah.
And it was Dear Deirdre. I was upstairs in the spare room that looks onto my neighbour's garden, and my next door neighbour's teenage daughter was sunbathing. I quickly started masturbating, and when I lay down in the bed and got up to look out the window again, I was still masturbating, and then when I turned round, my wife was at the door watching me masturbate. Is my wife a pervert?
Because there's been like female comedians that have come out and said, oh yeah, he done that to me as well, and I couldn't stop laughing. Like that. So it was like, for a lot of people, there was...
It's where your boundary is, but he was using it as a power thing. You know what? That's where the stoner, that's where the hard on was coming from.
But this was the thing. It was... Yeah, the power of just being a man, probably, because it was like 15 years ago, a lot of this stuff, when he wasn't successful. He was a headliner.
See, when he was doing it, there was only 40 lines on that nature reserve. This was before Twitter.
So, yeah, linking that into the Jeremy Kyle thing, people... Like, this is a sensitive one because somebody killed himself, but...
Is that what happened? I've only seen the headlines.
Yes.
I've not delved any deeper.
Somebody went on the show and failed a lie detector test about cheating on their partner.
Right.
And then a week later killed himself.
Right, okay.
But the argument, I guess, is even take away I think the example that's boring everyone, but it's still very, very valid, is the Love Island argument. Because they've had two suicides for doing the similar thing. But why, if you cancel ITV, in theory, you need to cancel every paper that's ever run a story that's like ran a story on Ryan Giggs cheating on his wife, because you've ruined his life. You were going to run a story on Gary Speed that he's definitely all pulled because you knew that it essentially played a part in his death. And he's all shattered because you realised you were hassling him. And nobody to this day still knows what the story was.
Yeah.
But newspapers can do this all the time. They can print and ruin people's lives all the time. But
Who's still buying newspapers?
Mate, there's everyone in a building site. Everyone.
That's it. That's all. The only building
I love
sites.
you to say that like as if that's all. That is the majority of like workers.
The best tweet I've seen based on I can't even credit it, but have a look and you'll find whoever said 4 kids and unemployed. How very Jeremy Kyle.
I think it was well overdue getting cancelled.
Yes.
And it's terrible that it's taken this for them to finally go, actually, this show's really shitty.
Right, how long before Jeremy Kyle's back in your television and another guy's?
Not long. And he'll get a radio, talk radio, or LBC will swoop him up.
Aye, there'll be somebody fucking employs him.
Well, apparently his pre-TV radio show was very good. It was like an advice phone-in.
Aye, but it's when you take it's like Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer had a very successful career in politics. Get caught hooking.
Oh, really?
Yep, a sort of sting operation. Had to come out. Was it Minnesota he was the mayor of?
I have no idea.
He was the mayor of Minnesota, a successful lawyer. And then somebody said, see if you do this thing and show life at its very, very worst, we'll syndicate it and you will make a lot of money. So there's some point you go, but to a certain point you're cosseted, you're protected, you're only surrounded by your production team telling you everything's a great fucking idea. It's what ITV need to do, was it ITV it was on still?
Yeah.
What ITV need to do is plug the advertising gap.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously getting figures if it had been on television that long. They're going to need, do you think they're going to plug it with something What happened to Trisha? Who the fuck's Trisha?
Well, did that not end in controversy as well? That she was bringing on guests that were proven to be actors?
Do you know what this is? See, the people who wanted it cancelled and were celebrating are the same people who love to laugh at the junkies that were on Jeremy Kyle.
Do you know what?
They're the one and the same. They're the same person.
Do you know what I'm getting a wee bit uncomfortable at? And I've mentioned it to a couple of pals. Is the shaming of people that maybe don't have a lot. See, like and just my mates chat. There was one this week where a couple of young boys driving what's the big one? Range Rover.
Mm-hmm.
They gave a junkie £40 to put Raljecks or deep heat in his balls.
Fuck's sake!
And it's all the laughing and everything that goes about it, and it's there's something going. Do you know what? That guy's needing a lot of fucking help. He's not needing to be the centre of a Twitter video.
But that goes way back to those like hobo fight
videos
and stuff like
it's
that.
exactly that kind of, right, let's give the underclass some money and
can make them do it.
But then it's very, very uncomfortable, you know, at the sort of split and people in trouble that'll do anything for money or exposure. Or
that's like a good judge of a character or a group of pals, I think. That'd be like the perfect line. Like, see if your group of pals want to go out and drive, find a homeless person, offer them 40 quid to put deep heat in their balls. That's a shite group of pals. But see if you've got a group of pals that offer 40 quid to one of their own pals. That's a good group of pals. Because that's just for humour. You're no fucking doing it. It's just stupidity amongst pals. Paying someone who needs the money to do it is shitty. Like, definitely just for a Twitter or Instagram video.
So as long as you don't need the money.
No, as long as it's your mate, as long as you're not, like, as long as it's funny to everyone who's involved. That's not funny to the homeless person. He's doing that because he wants the money.
There's just so much it. It's just so fucking grim.
But that's like the videos you see people pushing people off the bike when they're driving.
Aye.
Like, there's loads of them now as well, and you go, this is it. This is what young people are just...
Fucking young people.
Do you know what they're not, though? Because some of them are bouncing back, and I quite like it. Like, there's wee guys in my football team who... They're now getting to the point where they go nights out and they don't have Snapchat and stuff like that. They don't have it because they don't like people seeing what they're doing. Like, I just want to go out with my pals. And I'm like, yes, it's going fucking round the other way again. Because they're like 17, 18 now. And they're going, no, we don't post it now because we just want to be with our pals. I'm like, so I'm thinking there's like a gap of people who are going to be obsessed with it that are just going to fall off now.
What about, I seen it in the WhatsApp chat about the puts the WhatsApp upgrade. Is that just another fucking thing to get you onto Facebook, or is it a legit
there was
thing?
a story came out saying that there was a security
targeting lawyers, or
no, they were targeting environmental activists,
right?
And they could get tracking software on their phone by calling them via WhatsApp,
as if they couldn't fucking track you anyway.
And they didn't have to. You didn't need to answer the phone,
right? They
could just install software on your phone while your phone was ringing, which seems... Listen, I'm no tech expert, but that seems weird.
As if they're pushing in your leg, telling you it's raining. Every time they tell you to fucking go, right, take a picture of yourself and we'll show you what you look like as a guy, or we'll show you what you look like as a member of the opposite sex, as if they're not just fucking scanning your face every time for an update. No, I mean, they put it forward as this fun thing and go, there you fucking are again.
I seen a video online this week about...
They've been putting chlorine in the water, and we'll go, let's see how it's affected them 5 years later. Right, everybody, take a photo and we'll show you what you look like with sunburn.
Drink 8 glasses of this water a day.
Oh, fucking... Oh, look what I look like.
And we'd like to launch now the Trample Back Conspiracy podcast. I saw a video online this week of in London, the Met Police were trialling facial recognition software.
And the guy rejected it.
Guy tried to cover his face and they arrested him and fined him £90.
Aye. And you know what? The guy was quite happy to talk in camera afterwards and give the interview because...
He'd given permission to do so?
Aye. No, because he realised it was a human rights violation going, you don't just fucking...
Yeah, if somebody puts their phone in your face, you have the right to take your phone off them and go. If anyone's recording me are annoying me, their phone is getting fucking launched.
Yeah, I don't think you have the right to, like, the legal right to do it.
Well, I felt like
you said it in a podcast now, Gary.
Aye.
That's law.
I feel like if you put your phone in my face, it's my property now, and I'm going to do with what I want until it's not in my face.
Sure. The best bit of that video was they interviewed the policeman who'd issued the fine at the end, and he said, "Well, this is not a violation of anybody's rights. We're just doing this to keep people safe." And he just didn't get it. He did not get it at all.
I've got nothing to say. Facial recognition. You tell me that there's not a drawer somewhere of a big pile of fucking criminals and what they get up to that they couldn't go and chap their door. That they're just filming people on the street just so they've got copies of their face. How about you and your Russian overlords get yourself a fuck?
How about the iPhones that have the facial recognition still take sometimes a couple of efforts to get your phone unlocked? So a camera from the distance is the technology is not going to be perfect yet.
Different facial recognition in it.
It's not going to be perfect yet.
Not yet. But
well done, that guy telling them to fucking.
Just a rise in balaclava sales.
But see, put the. Do you know what? I was going to talk about football supporters, but I can't be fucked.
Do you want to talk about abortion instead?
Oh, that'd cheer me up.
Always.
So, I'm sure most people will be aware at this point that in Georgia, in America, they passed a law to illegalize abortion at all stages. So even if you've been raped, even if you're pre-teen, tough. And if you miscarry, you can be prosecuted for murder.
You have 6 weeks. But most people don't know they're pregnant until week 5.
Yeah.
Was it quite a broad spectrum that took this vote of lawmakers? Was it?
You'd be surprised that the 25-person lawmaker team that passed this bill was entirely male.
No, that's incorrect.
Is it incorrect?
There was one old female.
Wasn't she just the person that signed it?
No, she had the vote as well.
But her kids are dicks.
Oh yeah, it could have been actually, because it would have been 26 people signing it.
Yeah,
and she was one of them.
And she's like the legal secretary that signs it at the end to put it into
that
law.
That right, actually, yes, because I seen a picture of her. I seen a picture of it, and she. No, what I was going to say is transphobic. No, it's not, because she wasn't trans, but she looked very. She looked like an old man. Because she had very short hair.
Do you think they dressed up an old man to offer some kind of... God, look, there was a woman there.
Like the Mrs. Doubtfire sequel we never seen.
Aye. That's exactly what's happened. I always thought Georgia and America as a whole was quite forward thinking.
Well, I think it's university is quite well known for being a kind of tech savvy, liberal...
Yep. Bastion of forward thinking.
Yeah,
do you know what? Some people are going to get in touch and say that's more man-hating. You're going to get that message.
Why you're self-hating, man.
I mean...
That's true. I know.
God, fuck being a woman in Georgia, eh?
But that's probably the way it's always been.
Yeah.
This law's not changing anything. The only thing that I even remotely agree on is removing from law this is where it gets funny, right? So you've got certain...
get funny, Chris.
You're getting some politicians that are going... I mean, they're not even allowing rape, but do you remember the very popular party over here, the Conservatives, tried to put a rape clause in a law, and we criticised them for it. So it's almost like, this is where I think some stuff becomes very disingenuous.
We can't sit here and call that Gilead.
Wait, do you want the rape clause in this one to protect? Or
well,
where are you leaning in this one? Because... I think it's a good one, but I don't think it should be in law.
I was reading this afternoon that actually abortion is not legal in the United Kingdom. What happened is the Abortion Act of 1967 exempted some people from committing an offence or being charged in an offence, but they didn't make it legal.
Yeah, right, okay.
So you could, and that's how Northern Ireland can still have it as properly legal, because
it's meant to be illegal.
They do have the same law as the UK.
Yeah.
It's just that they don't have the exemptions.
What if you're a lion?
No.
Well, they've proven they can't have abortions because there's fucking thousands of them now.
And that's what will happen.
Right, okay.
We'll have to have a cull.
Right.
So the problem I have, have we talked about this before? 3 white men discussing whether women should be allowed abortions. Have we discussed the different laws across the states?
Oh, it's mental.
Like, there's some that allow you to do it at 36 weeks, which to me, that's what I say. That's where I kind of get my back up and go, oh, wait, no, I'm not.
It's got teeth.
I'm not pro-abortion. I'm not pro-abortion then, because that, I know it's different to go, there's a heartbeat at 6 weeks. You go, no, you can get a 3D scan of that baby at that point, and you can see 36 weeks you can have it. You can have it during the second trimester.
My honest reaction to that is, it literally has nothing to do with me. I don't really...
But it is literally... So do you know the only thing I'd like is, see, if you would maybe admit what it is. It's killing a human being.
No, but...
No, if something's breathing... See, at 36 weeks, a baby can be taken out of the womb and survive.
Sure.
So, it's an alive human. It was going to be someone that was going to grow up at that point.
And more crucially, vote.
Against abortions, for abortions.
We haven't enough people. Like, maybe
not all of them are good though.
If you are thinking I cannot support this child properly, it needs to not exist. I'm all right. I think I'm okay with that.
I mean, I'm totally for the women making the choice at any point.
100%.
Like,
if you never worked with somebody,
I think my mum, with me the age of 32, should be allowed to abort me now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But at the same time, I would like them to admit that it is actually killing a baby.
Like, that's just goading people for no reason.
No. That it's being honest about what it is. Because
if you never worked with somebody and they let the fork come off their teeth, do you know what kind of is they're bringing it out? And how can you be in favour of banning and not giving people the choice?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's people that believe in God telling people what to do, telling real people, actual people, not just like made up stories in a book. These people should never have been in the fucking job to make the vote in the first place. Go talk me through creationism. That's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, so to be clear, I'm pro, but I think 36 weeks is ridiculous for the states that have it.
Why?
What? Because I know of quite a few people now. I've known of quite a early term births who have been shorter than that have fully come on to live successful lives. So to me, that was the first time I went, when I heard that, I went, that's wrong. There's no way you can abort a baby at 36 weeks.
So you think if your line is, if it could be taken out and survive?
My line's the second trimester, yeah. But when that starts, you're done. That's because you've got 2 months to know as well. Unless there's complications.
I'm going to fling this into you, John. What's your earliest memory?
I was in the womb. my mum
closed.
My mum had a tuna sandwich.
Makes a very, very good point.
But it's not about that. The baby would go on to have memories. I just
come back to it's nothing. I've
nothing
to do with me.
As a man, it's none of my fucking business.
But it might be though, because you might get the person pregnant who wants an abortion and you don't.
But see if you've got 25.
I honestly think it's less massé.
See if you've got 26 people voting. It should be people that are going to be affected.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't get a vote. Do you know? I don't want to vote. I don't want to vote in that.
I mean, I'd like an opinion. See if it was my kid that was going to be born, I'd like an opinion on it.
Sure, an opinion.
A choice.
But I wouldn't want a source.
But say you wanted the kid, though.
Do you know what? This is symptomatic of everything being black or white.
Uh-huh.
See if you've tried to have a baby. There's so many different areas. See if you've tried to have a baby for years and years, and they say, listen, this child's going to have a really, really hard life because something's missing, something's not working. What do you want to do? Some people, it might be a result of an attack or an abuse case. It might be somebody that it just isn't right for them at the time to have a baby because something's happened. But there's so many grey areas that I can pretty much guarantee has not come into the conversation when these guys have been voting on it. They've gone, well, what would God do? Well, God would fuck these women over and give them absolute zero input into what they do with their own bodies. Right, let's go for that. Show of hands. 26-0.
That's
26-0.
Think of that, though. There wasn't even one person that went,
26-0.
Like,
fuck that.
They would have had the power to go, guys, this is going to be passed by majority, but maybe we should look liberal and get a split.
See, firstly, I feel really, really sorry for the women that are no longer going to get the choice, and hopefully it will change in the future. Secondly, I feel sorry for all the people that run Airbnbs in Georgia, because nobody in their right fucking mind is going to that hillbilly, God-fearing shithole of a fucking pit.
So do you want to talk about something more positive?
There's loads of more positive stuff.
No.
What's
the Vatican up to?
Yeah, the Vatican have just formed a women's football team.
And they're all going to be forced to have the kids.
I don't really understand how there is any women in the Vatican to have a women's football team, but apparently there is now.
Okay.
There'll be loads of nuns.
The nuns in the Vatican?
I mean, I'm just assuming there would be. Why wouldn't there be?
I don't think there is. No ladies allowed in the Vatican. Unless you're a paying tourist.
And I tell you what, there's still 2 FIFA points above Scotland.
So, John, did you hear about Richer Sounds this week?
No.
This is a feel-good story. Have you ever been in Richer Sounds?
Yes.
It's a cool shop, isn't it?
It's alright, aye.
What's the guy's first name? His surname's Richer.
Julian Richer,
drummer in a funk band, starts the company in the late 70s. They've now got 32, it was either 32 or 53
I didn't
stores.
realise they had as many stores as that.
It's not into the hundreds. It's
Yeah.
32 or 53 was the number that I read in the article that I loosely breezed over looking for some joy in the paper. The paper, as if I fucking read it. It was online. Turned 60 this year. And instead of selling the company to an online behemoth, has struck a deal where he's pretty much given a share to all the employees that's there.
Right, okay.
And it works out that everybody that works for the company is going to get £1,000 for every year that they've been there. That's the way it worked out. So see if he made 6 million out of the sale. Let's say he gets 6 million, 3 million of that he's divvied up for all the other employees.
Yeah. They reckon the average payout will be £8,000.
Which is like a mortgage for a mortgage deposit for somebody.
Yeah. But so somebody that's kind of went, no, instead of hoarding this money, I'm looking at you, Guy from Witherspoons. I just thought it was a nice story. In West Brewery, based in Glasgow, were on the radio this morning saying they were going to do the same thing.
Okay.
They were going to give a lot of equity and a lot of money and shares in the company to the staff that were there, just because they've been such a big part of the story and a big part of...
Whereas Brewdog were highlighted this week for getting people as job applications to write full marketing plans and come up with ideas for different beers, then tell them, sorry, you're not being successful, and then 6 months later bringing those beers out.
You're joking.
Nah.
I mean, that feels like that's an obvious trap at the time, though. You don't tell someone your full plan.
Yeah, but if you've got a prospect of a job...
Are Brewdog dicks?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the shares of the company are massive as well. It's like £100 for a share in the company.
I think they like to make out that they're these...
See if somebody described themselves as a punk to me, going, you are way off on your chat here. See this whole punk idea, and it's been done to death. It's kind of, they feel very dated already in their marketing. And see the fact that it started off as this, we brew our own, we sell it through the pubs. Now you can go to Tesco.
Yeah.
That's kind of taking the shite. But the way that market changed and everybody was bringing out craft beers, then they would have got left behind. But the whole thing just feels very false now. And see the constantly have it, I get tenants, it kind of, the marketing seems snide.
Yeah.
Rather than
Did they not get bought out by a big brewery as well?
I don't know. See the way they buy the shares for people's birthday and be a part of equity, be an equity punk. That's what it is, be an equity punk. Have shares. See the way they're trying to build community is by slagging other communities. Just turn me off them. So I've drank in their pubs, and some of their pubs are good, but am I daft about them as a brand? Nah.
Have you tried? I was
see if this mentions a fruit.
Okay, let's move on then.
No, tell me, Gary.
Yeah, Crooked alcoholic fruit soda.
Gary, I regret everything I just said.
John, Banhammer coffee cups.
No. I want to talk about something I read. I put it in earlier. Was the 75 million to cancer research.
Right, okay.
So this is a massive breakthrough. So, in the more aggressive cancers where chemo just cannot work, is because cancer is a fucking genius in that it works out all your body's protein and antibodies.
Right.
And goes, I know how to overshadow you and make sure you can't stop this growing.
Yeah.
And those are the ones who die because chemo is not effective. So they've done, I think, about 6 months worth of trials, and it's been massively successful. And the fact that it's slowed down the cancer to the point the chemo can do its job on the most aggressive.
Okay.
And then therefore, so 75 million trial is to roll it out in like a quarter of the hospitals, which I don't know how they'll be chosen, but they will be.
Right.
And they fully believe that the most aggressive cancers will just, like the most aggressive ones will be treatable within reason. Like the percentage rate, something like 78% of people die if they get these types of cancers. So that's like massive. Like you do not get away from that. And the ones that chemo do work on, the treatment will be reduced. You will not be going in for like 3, 4, 5 samples of chemo.
Right.
It'll be like 1 and gone.
So they're looking for 75 million, or they're spending?
No, they're suspended 75 million
million
of the cancer research budget on it.
Right.
And I just think it's fucking cool that, like, because I think the joke is always like the joke that people always go, where's all that money going to? They seem to be getting all this money and nothing ever changes. You're like,
marketing.
Because it takes to get money back, but it takes 6 months to run a trial on something. You need, and not even that, on the trial, more often than not, you need to get willing participants who have got cancer, who might survive with the method that already exists, who are willing to take the risk and go, I'm willing to try the trial treatment that might end up killing me, because you've asked me and said, look, chemo probably won't. It'll just prolong.
What would you do, Gary? Let's say it's one of the bad ones like pancreatic, where the survival rate. Would you take the treatment? What if they came to you with a 78-22% chance? What would you do? Would you take the treatment, or would you just have a really fucking mental 6 months?
I have a very unusual take on.
I thought you were going to say a very unusual pancreas.
I feel like people talk about cancer as this one big thing.
Yeah.
And something that happens to you. Whereas it's actually something that your body does to itself.
Right. So if you got, like, what they try and do is they try to make it a person, as if it's a fight. Like, see when I'm reading adverts on the buses, you know, like for the runs and stuff, so, like, they're running an advert now where it's the race for life. And it says, everybody wins this race. And then in brackets it says, except cancer. Right? So everybody wins this race except cancer. And you're kind of going, it's this idea that it's a fight that it makes you feel as if you've lost.
Yeah. I feel like we've gone too far that way. And I think the reality of what happens inside your body when cancer starts to develop is, God, I don't want to say interesting, but I do find it interesting the way that your cells multiply, and then one just switches wrong.
The way it fights is, I'm trying to remember the stuff that I've read now. See, apobec protein is it overhauls that, and that's what stops. That's what just makes it spread everywhere.
Yeah,
but that's the bit that keeps a lot of other cancers slowed down. But then your body does know it's going, this cunt's like not meant to be here. This isn't good.
4 C-bombs.
Sorry. But I think see the making it a person is the thing that keeps people going.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, you need to beat this is a competition between you and cancer, because a lot of, like, your body will react. Sounds so stupid, but your body definitely reacts to your mood. So see if you just sulk up and go, I've got cancer, I'm going to die.
What if this is we're going to spend 75 million in Rick Simpson oil and just see what happens?
I just think it's cool as fuck that actually breakthroughs.
That's a positive thing.
I think the point I was trying to get around to was that there is not a cure for cancer because cancer's not a thing.
But it's not one thing. It's an umbrella term for a lot of.
But I think when you said like where is that money going, when we were kids, if somebody got breast cancer, they died.
Yeah.
Whereas now the survival rates, they're more likely to be able to survive it.
That probably happened a lot more where you stay because you live next to the nuclear subbase.
That's true. That's true.
The fucking postcode lottery right there.
But I don't know. You know me, Chris. I have no great desire to survive, so maybe I wouldn't bother.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. Like, see, I would take the experimental treatment because I'd be like, you know what, I'd love
see if somebody could get the benefit of my experiment.
No, but I'd love to be the guy that like they went, we fucking figured it out.
You need to go in for a John Walker treatment
on the John Walker's hospital wing. Oh, but mate, fucking
see if the odds were 78-22. You'd fucking the way your coupons go, it would win. You go 20. You'd be the 22 and 100. You would couple that bet up. We're getting to 80. I am going to take John Walker versus ball cancer, and plus can I double that up with an 80? I'm going to be 80. Not only that, I'm going to live another 42 years.
I know, but I think it's fucking. It's so annoying though. I know it's fucking pure hack, but these are honestly the news stories. I remember in the Daily Record it wasn't the Daily Record. It was a paper down in Leeds. It was one of the main papers, but I don't know which one.
The Leeds Gazette,
and it was like page 30, a wee snippet, and it was a picture of a guy and a girl who didn't know each other. But as it transpired was the guy had stopped her being raped in an alley and she'd been paid damages and she tried to give him the money and he donated it to like a therapy charity that was dealing with like rape victims. Mm-hmm. And it was like, why is this story one paragraph? That's front news. That is literally two people. Somebody saved somebody for something awful. She tried to do something nice. He took the money and did something even nicer. That's like front page of like, see people, they're mostly okay. like they are. And it's so annoying. You're like going, but you'll see stories like that in the metro. You see sometimes you're in the train and your phone dies or something and you flick through. You will see cool stories like in the middle of nowhere and you go, like, you do realise people would still go into work and tell this story.
Yeah.
And enjoy telling it. It doesn't just need to be misery all the time. But
so have you got a good news story you want to tell us?
Mate, that was it.
That was it.
That was that.
So can you do a banhammer in a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
Cancer research took £652 million last year.
Aye, but have you seen their Christmas parties?
Free bar.
It's on their website.
Aye, I mean, how much you spent in that Rick's oil?
Rick's, get the fucking... Right, everybody needs a greenhouse.
So, banhammer. I was in Cafe Nero this morning getting a coffee, and they gave me just a black coffee, which admittedly then means it's going to be a lot hotter because there's no milk for it. And I'd lifted the cup, and it was fucking unbearably hot. I understand I've got a hot drink in it, right? So I lifted it up and went, fucking hell.
That's why they put signs on shit.
And then the guy went, oh, make sure you get a sleeve because you've no got.
It's like, I've got a caution, contents are hot. That's what it says in my Costa cup.
Costa's okay though because you feel it's definitely like an extra layer.
And it's contoured.
So anyone who goes to Cafe Nero will know there's nothing. It's really
just one layer.
It's a thing. It's a kind of cup. See if you left it for 10 minutes, the coffee would definitely seep through if you never drank any of it. So I seen the sleeve and I took a sleeve and I went, why are these cups that hold hot drinks not made to a quality that keeps the hot on the inside?
Right.
That I'm having to use another bit of waste that's going to ruin the planet. so I'm not burning my hand. Like, there's no solution here. I would have to take paper or napkins to put it over as well.
Right.
There is something I'd have to use.
Well, John, isn't the green solution that you should be taking your
My own cup? Yeah.
Well, he wasn't in his work.
I wasn't in work yet because I don't know if you would have listened to the podcast. CYBG and Virgin have given everyone a coffee cup.
Yeah.
Amazing. But I was just like, yeah, this is worse. There's two things now that are not going to be recycled here.
Do you think that 2 cheap paper cups are cheaper than 1 double insulated cup?
Well, it's definitely a money thing.
See last week in the podcast, I went into
You're going to make this about you?
the Tesco. Do you know what? I zoned out a wee bit when you were talking. And you know how like, I've brought up the Costa make now, all that fucking thing. See, the guy in front of me was making a total dog's dinner of making his coffee in front of me. And you know how Costa have you need to take your own lid out of those machines?
Oh.
He's ready to take the lid out, and fucking 6 of them have come out. Right. And I've got a problem with these lids. See, when you put them on and they split,
Yes.
I go, that's just shit. That's just shit plastic that you've used for that. So I've already got the problem. I'm already sort of preempting in my head going, I'm going to put this coffee lid on top of this and it's going to split. Hitting this fucking chap in front of me. 6 of them have come out. And then he's individually taken the 6 and put them back in. And I'm going, nah, there's no way I'm taking those lids. So I took the first 6 that he's put in, straight in the fucking bin. Next to, fuck that, right in the bin. Took my lid, of course, split it. Then put another one, 9 fucking lids because of bad design. 9 lids.
Does it need the lid?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're on your mobile phone and you're waving the coffee about when you're walking about Finniston.
Try to drive with your knees.
So your banhammer is cheap, too cheap coffee shop.
Yeah, well, because in theory now there's a place on... What's the street that leads up to the statue?
Ingram Street.
Ingram Street. There's a vegan place that does...
It's very minimalist.
It's actually okay, yeah. It's not in your face.
It's just sparse.
Yes.
I've seen that.
But they have vegan wear cups that are completely recyclable, but they cost a lot more money to do.
The bamboo ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're a lot more expensive, but they are...
McEwen and Smith do that as well. It's good.
And I think that's...
Vegware.
That's it. But then they're not obviously dealing with overheads that like Costa would do of having fucking hundreds of thousands of cups.
Do you know what we're going to fucking talk about right now as well? The fucking price of it. Much would you like see that shit that I buy out of the Costa machine?
Yeah.
£2.60.
Too expensive.
It's fucking too dear. I can buy a jar of fucking shit hot coffee for £4 and get 30 cups out of it. It's too fucking dear.
It's a shame we don't have a coffee machine in the studio that you could use.
I mean, those pods are still quite dear though.
Right. So I'm $2.60 for that.
Uh-huh.
And how much was your coffee in Cafe Nero?
Cafe Nero's okay actually. It's like $1.80 for an Americano.
Right, so
a large.
Right, so you're still £2.
Oh, you're still getting ripped off.
2 coffees or 30 coffees.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking spend some money in the fucking cups.
You get a flask.
See
from home.
see for £1.80. They could give you a fucking pint tumbler.
See, I think that is the only thing that Clydesdale have done wrong is Costa have a place in our office.
Yeah.
And they've given us these cups, so people are now tending to use their own coffee. And you're going, oh, you've done a nice thing, but you've literally driven all the business away from the place that was making money. So, yeah.
I'm not paying you that amount just for the coffee.
Aye.
Yeah.
Right, you ready to wrap up and we'll do 10 minutes for the Patreons?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.